Hey, good morning. Welcome to Leave It Love the channel. I'm gonna go straight into the Return of Thunders. It's like, the heat is over. Was it a heat wave or something? I'm just like, oh my God, it was like in the 90s. Right? It's 78. I'm like, oh, it's cool. It's nice and it's cool and it's okay. The sun is not even like beaming on me. I'm like, okay. It's okay. First the rain, then the sun, then it cools down. The sun comes beaming and then it cools down. I just don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I pay attention to the weather because the weather does mean something. The weather will tell you like what's going on. But it's just been so hot. I've been like delirious. I'm like not delirious, but like thinking about all this other stuff. What was it? The court case. I've been talking about the court case, and it's an active case. It is an active case, and it should have went somewhere. Somebody should have been doing their job. Clearly, clearly, they're not doing their jobs. They are a part of the corruption. It's clear. It's evident. That's why nothing gets done. That's why the city is the way it is. That's why the Bronx is the way it is. That's why, things happen the way it's happened. It's bigger than me. I'm just one person talking about the shit that I see because I've been in it 15 years. I've been in it. So I see what goes on. And you bring it to people's attention, nobody does anything. Nobody cares. That's what it is. Nobody cares. And I'm like, but they're supposed to care, and they don't. And it's just like, wow, I have to be here. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. So I quit. I quit for my own sanity. I quit for my own well being. I quit for myself, you know. And I established the With Love Inc. nonprofit organization. It's a nonprofit organization. I work for myself and I spread awareness. I share information, knowledge about the return of senders, about cleansing. Cleansing is an important part of getting rid of the negative energies. I've been in the system a long time, and it's negative energies all around the system. But who can you tell that people are doing work? You can't even tell. And then some of the people you could talk about magic with because they do it. They do it. They know what's going on. Like they know what is what. They know why you looking like that. They know why all this stuff is happening to you. Yeah, somebody working on you. That's all it is. But, that's how I learned a lot of the things that I know is from being in the courthouse because everybody's working. And I had to protect myself. I'm like, I'm not going to be like them. I got to protect myself. I'm there. I work. I have to be there. I have to. Single mother, raising the two kids. I have to be there every day with a smile on my face. Like everything is fine. And then I see all this shit that's going on. And I'm just like, oh my God. I would love when I have a day off and I don't have to think about this job. When I was working, I will have a day off and I will enjoy my day off. I will call out. I don't even think I ever called out because I wanted my time because I wanted to go on vacation. I like going on vacation. I like going away to a whole nother island and not think about this job. I would never think about this job. I would go anywhere. I'm not thinking about this job. But cleansing is important. I always cleanse. I always did a splash. The splash is to protect myself. It's to ward away evil also. So, I would make the splash. I would use it as a rinse. I would use it as a rinse. A rinse is like you put it all over your body. and you let it air dry. It air dries on yourself. How it's working? New York City. I'm gonna just keep going because this is how it is. It's 7:55 in the morning. This, this is how it is. Like, oh, that's talking about the splash. That's how the splash works. The splash, when this is on your body, it stays on your body. It dries on your body. Once it dries on your body, you put your clothes on. You do whatever else you want to do. Nobody's gonna know that you have it on. It has no kind of scent to it. No one's gonna smell it on you. Like nobody's gonna know that this is on you. It's Florida water, it's holy water, it's rose water. It has a lot of spiritual baths, a lot of herbs in here to help, to enhance you, to protect you. It's just to make everything better. You know, it's just a splash. It's a splash. It's not anything big. You know, I use salt every day for cleansing. For cleansing. If I don't use salt, I do have the soap, sulfur soap. So it's so hot. It's so hot. I was like, I'm gonna just use the soap because I'm like, you know, it's just too hot. It's just too much work, and then it's like I'm sweating. And I don't like it. So I use the soap. The soap, it says it's for acne. It says it's for acne, but it has sulfur in it. 10% sulfur. Sulfur is used to repel negative energies, you know, but they're not going to sell it like that. They're not going to tell you that part that is used to repel negative energies. A practitioner told me, use sulfur soap. Like that's all they use. They don't use any other soap. They just use this soap because it has 10% sulfur. When you use this soap and you doing shit, yeah, you need to protect yourself, cleanse yourself, and use sulfur soap. It just removes the negative energies from yourself. Black magic jumps. I can't prove that though. I'm just telling you that it jumps. You know, somebody got negative energy and you want to be around them and they broke and they got all these kind of problems and you want to be around them, you're gonna be broke too. That's how that go. All this bad luck gonna be on you too because you want to be around them. Get away from them. You know, cleanse yourself. If you can't get the soap, salt, regular plain salt is sold everywhere, all over the world. You can get salt. It's affordable, it's not expensive, and it's used for cleansing, you know. But I had to learn all this stuff. It's like, you know, you grow, you heal, you evolve. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna be like them. I'm gonna get over this shit. Like whatever they're doing, it's like I just gotta keep moving forward. I have to keep pushing forward. It's like I refuse to be stuck. It's like it's just so many things you can do in this world, and it's just like, why be stuck in a place that I'm not happy in? They do everything to make me unhappy, and it's like, why am I staying here? I hate it here. I hate this fucking job, you know. So I left. I left on my own accord. I was like, fucking hate this job. I was like, I don't even know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna. I don't know. I was like, but I'm not staying here. I know that, and I left, and I knew that I wanted Lee with Love, and I didn't even have the name yet. I was thinking of love, like love. 1492, love. It was always love, love yours. I was always looking for a tag. I was always changing it until I got lead with love. I was like, lead with love, like do things with love. Like everything is love. Whatever happens in this world, I was like, I don't want to be like them. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna lead with love. I'm gonna move with love. Everything is love, you know. And I don't get mad. I don't get mad. I don't get upset. I'm not revengeful. I could give two shits what happens to anyone. You know, I just keep moving forward. And I knew I wanted lead with love. right? So I did the YouTube, Leave It Love. I didn't have the nonprofit because I needed money. I was like, damn, I need money to do the nonprofit. So I started working in Burlington Coat Factory. The only reason I was working in Burlington was to save enough money to open a nonprofit. Like I wasn't in Burlington to make that a career, but nah, I just wanted the money. I just wanted the money so I can go and establish Lead with Love Inc. Once I established Lead with Love Inc., once I filed the nonprofit papers and I filed it 501c, so it's no taxes on it, I was like, gotta work here anymore. And I love, and I love, and all I do is Lead with Love Inc. I work for myself. I don't have nobody bothering me, nobody pressuring me, nobody lying to me, nobody playing with my life. You know, everything is on me, and I'm okay with that. If I don't make these videos, how am I gonna, get the information out? When I get the information, it's from God. When I get the information, it's here. And it's like, and I gotta talk about it. If I don't talk about it, then it's like, it's just stuck here. And then I can't get it out of my head until I talk about it. So it's like, I have to talk about it because I won't be able to get it out of my head until I talk about it. It's crazy how that goes. But that's the messenger. All you're supposed to do is give a message. Like you don't have to stay in any situation. I don't have to stay in any situation. If I give you information and you take it, you leave it. I can't force a person to listen to me. All I can be like, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Like, be careful. Be careful. Pay attention. Like, you don't see this shit. They don't want to see it. That's not my problem. They don't want to see it. I told you. Like, that's what my job was. It was to tell you. You were supposed to get your shit together, prepare yourself, be ready for this shit. You were supposed to get ready. You didn't want to get ready. You didn't want to do nothing. You didn't believe me. That's not my problem. I'm just a messenger here to give a message. You know, we all go through things in life. We all go through things in life. You don't have to listen to me, but I've been through a lot of things, and I know the system, and I know this shit. I know magic. So it's like, and everyone is doing it. You think that nobody does it? No, everybody does it. Everybody. And you think that nobody knows? No, everybody knows. They just don't want you to know. They just don't tell you because they think that you don't know. So then when they think that you don't know, they sit there and they do more fuck shit. And then when you're cleansing and you're doing your return to sender and the energy goes back, they think someone's doing something to them. Nah, nobody's doing nothing to you. Nobody want that energy because the energy always comes back. It goes back to them. Then they think somebody cursed them, and it's like, and it's a backfire. Like, I do this every day, but they do work every day. They doing negative work every day, and it just backfires. It backfires. All I do is return to senders and cleansings. Nothing's gonna stick to me. Nothing's gonna be on me. I rebuke all negative energies away from my life, you know? And I do the return to senders. The purpose of a return to sender is to return energy because you don't know where it's coming from. I don't know anyone's name. I never put a name on my return to senders. It's return to sender. It's a general statement. It's general because it could be more than one person. It could be like two friends working together. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. Like, you don't even know like what they're doing, you know? It's general. It's for both of y'all. It's for all three of y'all. It's all five of y'all. It's all of y'all. Everybody. It's a return of sun up on everybody. You don't need to know anyone's name because it's a general thing. It's for everyone that's doing negative work against you. Anyone, everyone, everybody. It's like, you want to sit here, you want to cause harm, but I know how to return the energy. That's all I do. I don't do nothing else. I cleanse and I return that same energy. You know, you grow, you heal, you evolve, you get better. I got better. I got better at this shit. It's just that's all that happened. Nothing bad happens to me. I stay focused on myself. That's what you do. Just stay focused on yourself. What you're gonna do, how you're gonna move, how are you going to get the things that you want in life. Yeah, that's what your focus should be, on yourself. Get what you want. Everybody else doesn't matter. I don't care who saw me at Burlington. Like, you work at Burlington? And I was in the courthouse. And then they see me in Burlington, like, oh my God, you in Burlington? Yeah, I'm in Burlington, girl. But my motive was to get my nonprofit established and opened and up and running. You know, and I was on YouTube. I'm in Burlington, and I'm a YouTuber with like 200 followers. You know, I didn't have a lot of followers when I was working in Burlington, and I didn't tell anyone I was on YouTube. And then if I did tell anyone, then they would get mad because I have a YouTube and I got like 200. I don't even have a lot, but it was like, you know, it was always something. They did magic in Burlington too, and I'm just like, oh my God, they doing death spells, and I'm seeing these people dying. I'm seeing them dying. I'm like, why are they doing this shit? And I just left. I was like, you know, I got my money. I established my nonprofit, and I left because Burlington was doing magic too. They were doing death spells too. They were doing chaos mat. They were doing all kinds of stuff. I was like, I don't have time. Like, I thought, I would think it's just the courthouse, but it's not. It's everywhere. And then if you're not aware, if you don't know what's going on, how are you going to protect yourself? I always protect myself. I already know what I'm doing, but everyone else doesn't know what I'm doing because I'm not running my mouth. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know, once you tell people your plans, they do the most to sabotage it. And I remember death spells. That's how I know death spells. They're doing death spells. They want endings. You want my nonprofit to end. You want something in my life to end. What happens? Then somebody in your life dies. That's how that goes. That's just how it goes. You're trying to curse a person that is protected, that is blessed, that believes in God. You're playing in black magic. You don't know the rules of black magic. When you're doing black magic, it's gonna take away what you love the most. That's what's gonna be taken. You're trying to cause endings in a person's life. Okay. You want things to stop in a person's life. Okay. So they're gonna do the death spells. When they do the death spells, people die. People that they love die. And they'll never be the same because they're gonna know that person died because they did a death spell. That's why they died. So it's like, I just mind my business and I stay focused on myself. It's like I don't have time to sit here and talk about this shit with people that don't know what they're doing. Like, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. If you don't know the rules of this shit, don't do it. If you don't know what's gonna happen, don't do it. If you don't know a curse, that black magic is a curse, and you're accepting a curse into your own life, and you curse your life, and things are gonna happen within your own life, and you don't know that, don't play in black magic. If you have a family, you have children, you have people you love, yeah, don't be playing in black magic because that's what is going to be attacked. That is what is going to be taken. What you love the most. I don't play in this shit. I know this shit, but I don't play in this shit. I'm like, I'm not going to ruin my life. I'm not going to ruin my children's life. I'm not. No, I have a bright future. I know what I want. I know where I'm going. I know what to do. I don't have time to play these little stupid games. It's like I'm 45, and then these people out here playing these stupid little games like their life doesn't matter. Like, the people that they love don't matter. And it's just like, oh my God. And I was working in Burlington like 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago, I was working in Burlington. I'm just like, and I quit. I just quit. Whatever. I never went back. I just didn't go back. I didn't answer the phone. Like they were calling me to come in. I'm like, I just stopped. I didn't answer. I just left like that. They had to have fired me because I never came back. Whatever. Imagine if I'm still an employee because don't you have to sign papers? But I don't. I just left. I was like, I'm not coming back here. Everybody playing in this shit, and they think that you don't know. I don't have time. And then I gotta watch the people that they love die. That's what happens. I just watch them die. They just drop dead. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God, this one died. Oh my God. This one died. Oh my God. And you love them so much. You needed them. They were a big part of your life and they're gone. Why are they gone? Because you playing in black magic. That's how I know who playing in it. Because people in their life died. They want my nonprofit to end, or they want my life to end, or they want things to end in my life. So they're doing death spells. Then people in their life pass away. They die. They go, permanent endings. It ends up happening in their own lives. And it's like, you got to pay attention because everybody's going to lie to you. They're not going to admit to that shit. They're not going to admit to doing black magic. They're not going to admit to it. But you pay attention to what the hell is going on. You pay attention. You fucking listen. What people are saying. Be like, oh, okay. Be like, oh my God. Like, oh, that. I'm sorry that happened to you. Oh my God. I didn't. Were they sick? No, they just passed away like that. Like one day to the next day, they're just gone. Wow, what are you doing? They're not gonna tell you. So you just watch them. I just watch them. They just die one by one. They start dropping dead, and I'm just like, are my problems? Are my problems? And I left because I knew that they didn't want me to succeed with Lee with Love Inc. They didn't want me to succeed with the YouTube channel because they knew I was on YouTube. So it's a lot of people that try to stop you when you're trying to move forward in life. And it's like, all you can do is protect yourself because everybody's going to lie to you. They're going to lie. They're going to act like, what? Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. I see it. That's how I see it. Like, how are you going to make me see it any different if I see it for what it is? And then they're going to try to tell you it's something else. I'm like, I don't have time. I don't have time for this. I have to keep going. I have to keep moving forward. I have to stay focused on myself because there's so many things to do in life. And you can't sit here and worry about anyone when all they're trying to do is bring you down. It's like, you know what? I'm not staying here. I'm not staying here. I'm leaving. And you fucking leave and don't look back. Never ever look back. I'll leave a situation if it's not serving me, if it's trying to destroy my life or stop in my life any kind of way. I'm not staying here and I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back to that. You crazy? But it's not my problem. Life happens and you have to learn. You gotta learn. You gotta figure this shit out because everybody's playing with you. You wanna keep playing, and you don't wanna take your life serious. That everybody's gonna play with you, they're gonna lie to you, they're gonna fuck with you. Things are gonna happen in your life and you're not gonna understand what the hell is happening. It's because people fucking with you. That's what's happening. Once you start cleansing your energy and removing this energy from you, is going to go back to whoever's doing it. And then things are going to happen to them. And that's the only way you're going to know they doing something. Because everybody's going to lie. Everybody's going to lie. And the only way I know that they doing stuff is when people that they love start dropping dead. They just pass away from one day to the next day with no explanation. Like they wasn't sick, nothing was wrong with them. They just passed away, and I'm like, wow. And then they're devastated and distraught and hurt, and they can't believe that the person that they love passed away. They passed away because you're playing in black magic and you're trying to do permanent endings in someone else's life. You're doing a death spell. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what a death spell is. You don't know what's going to happen when you do a death spell. They want something to end in my life. It's not going to end. I did everything. I do everything myself. Nothing's going to end for me. I always cleanse. The energy goes back to them, and the people they love start passing away. You know, pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention, because I know I'm talking about these things, and then it's like it's unbelievable because there's no proof. You just got to pay attention to the energy, pay attention to people. Listen when they telling you stuff. Oh, such and such passed away. Oh, this one passed away. This one passed away. But I know, what are they doing? Who's doing the work? Like you love them, you care for them, and they passed away. But they loved you, and they passed away. It's because you're doing something. But I can't prove that. This is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Pay attention and protect yourself. Be like, you know what? That's not my energy. I'm not gonna be around it. I'm gonna cleanse the soap, salt, the splash. Get the splash. If the splash is just, it helps to just keep the energy away. Like they're throwing it at you. It's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But whatever. I know I'm just talking a lot because it's not hot. It's just not hot. It's good weather now, and I'm just talking about this stuff because I've been talking about the case, the court case, and I'm like, it's just so many things that happen. Nobody helps. Nobody helps, but they all try to stop me. I don't understand it. Even when I went to Burlington, it was the same. It was the same kind of energy, the same kind of people. Everybody's doing black magic. They're doing death spells to stop me. And then people start dying. I'm just like, they're doing it here too. I'm like, I can't stay here. But I stayed 15, 14 years in that courthouse. And I had to deal with this shit. Now I'm in Burlington and they doing this shit in Burlington. So I was like, no. But it's spiritual. It's like, it doesn't make sense. If I'm telling a person in person, oh, that they're doing spiritual work, and you can't, they're gonna look at me like like I'm crazy. I'm just like, I got tired. I did what I had to do. I opened my nonprofit. It's established, and that's all I wanted to do. That's the only reason I was working there. You have to give a bullshit reading. Bullshit, how do you say, a bullshit reason? And that's the same thing with the courthouse. I said to the courthouse, I was sick. That's what I said. I was sick. I couldn't say, oh, spiritual shit that's happening. I would just say I was sick. This woman was not approving my family medical leave. I needed to be excused for some time. They didn't want to excuse me. So I was like, you know what? I quit. I quit. I'm just talking, putting information out. New York City, leave a love. I'm sorry about the noise. Leave a love, stay positive, vibe high, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to your life, pay attention to the people in your life and what happens to them. What happens? Pay attention to who passes away randomly. Nothing was ever wrong with them. They just passed away. And it's just like, wow. Fucking wow. You got to put it together because everybody's gonna lie. Everybody's gonna lie to you, and you got to put it together. Leave it love. Bye.